Hi, I'm Amanda Hays. I'm your Justice Coordinator, and I'm here with Reverend Isabel Call.
Hi, I'm the Assistant Minister of Pastoral Care, and we're here to do a short video on how to organize your files in Google Drive.
So the first thing that we're going to show is how to get to Google Drive. So I'm going to share my screen. So what you'll do is you'll either click on a link or type in or copy in this address to get to Google Drive. And one thing that can be really helpful if you want to be able to get back here is you might want to bookmark Google Drive. So I already have Google Drive bookmarked. It's right here on my bookmarks bar. But if I didn't have it bookmarked, I might want to bookmark it. See, if I delete it, I can show you how to bookmark it. So you would just, on Chrome, you would press the little star icon that says bookmark this tab, say add a bookmark. You probably want it on the bookmarks bar, which makes it easy to find. And you just say done. Now I have this bookmark right here that will take me back to Google Drive anytime I click on it. Another way that you can navigate to Drive is if you're on any Google page, there will be this little icon that has these 9 dots and three rows of 3. And you can always click on that, and that'll have your basic Google options, one of which is usually Drive.
Can I interject something, Amanda? It's also great to just remember if you're lost, you can just go to the address drive.google.com. What's up there in the menu bar is kind of extra long, but just the first 3 parts, drive.google.com, get you there.
Yep, that'll get you there too. And you might want to make sure that you're signed in, and you can take a look at one of our previous videos about sort of virtual church basics of making sure you're signed into the right Google account. But that's the thing that you would look for at the top right-hand side of the screen. So now we're going to talk about Shared With Me and My Drive, and Reverend Isabel is going to show us an example.
Searching for the unmute. So now we've teleported to my Google Drive account. And so you see I'm in my Drive. And you can see that from the address up here, drive.google.com. And also over here in the menu on the left, you see that my Drive is highlighted. So we wanted to make sure to point out kind of 2 basic places you might find yourself in My Drive. My Drive, which is the files that I am organizing for myself. So these are arranged in a way that only I can see when I'm logged into my account. And then there's this other place you can go in your menu called Shared With Me. And these are all the files and folders that other people have shared with me with my account over time. So, and you can see who shared them with me. The coordinating team, Amber Scott, shared that. You can organize them like in other Google areas. You can organize them in different ways. So, here it's last modified. So the thing about Shared With Me is that you can sort of sort them by date or by name, alphabetical, forward or back, but you can't rearrange these folders because they were from somebody else who shared them with you. So you're just kind of looking at this folder that somebody else, folder or file that somebody else shared with you. So I know that's really confusing for a lot of people because they say, oh, I'm in shared with me and it's so disorganized. I really just want to organize it. And the thing is, you can't organize share with me. If you want to organize things, you got to put them somewhere else. So we're going to show two ways to do that. The first way, I'm going to go down here to pastoral team. So this is a folder that's shared with me, and I want to make it easier to find it. So I'm going to put a star on it. You see, this folder was created by Bob Mills, and it was shared with me October 15th. But if I want to find it more easily, I can click on my Mac, Control, I'm hitting Control on my keyboard, click pastoral team, and I get these options. And I'm going to choose Add to Starred. And now you see this folder is starred. And that means that if I want to find it, I can go to the starred section. And there it is. Okay, so I'm going to go back to shared with me and down to the pastoral team. Another way that you can more easily access and organize things is I'm going to click Control, click again, and there's this other option for Add Shortcut to Drive. So I'm going to click that, and now I get to decide where I want it. So this is what my drive currently looks like. I've got all of these folders in my drive and a bunch of files. You know, I would probably want to put this folder in my pastoral care folder, but for now I'm just going to show you. I'm going to add the shortcut, click. So it's been added, and now I'm going to go back to my drive, and you'll see there it is right at the top. And it's got this little curvy arrow to indicate that it's been shared with me. So this is some basics. And then just one other sort of tip, if you open up a folder, you will have these options, just like I did the option click. You can do that just by opening up the folder and clicking this down arrow, and you see these same options for start, add a shortcut to drive, or in this case, it's remove from start because it's already started. So I'm going to hand it over to Amanda to share the PC version of all of that.
Yeah, because that's the Mac version, the Control click. On a PC, you would do right click instead. So I'll show that version. I think you're gonna need to stop the sharing. Okay, there we go. So I will share my screen now. In a minute. All right, so here we are. This is my drive. This is the same place that we came to with the shortcut that I created on my browser. And again, right now we're in the My Drive portion of it, of Google Drive. You can see that because it's highlighted here, but I can also go to Shared with Me if I click on that. And just exactly like what Isabel was saying, there is no way to organize. It's just a list of different things that people have shared with you. You can sort of sort them, right, by the share date, by last modified, by last opened, by who shared it. You can search through it, but you can't organize it until you have done something else. So just exactly like what Isabel was doing, I wanted to show you guys how to, let's see, here's the, racial justice and immigration folder. So if I would want to be able to access that more easily, I could right click on it and add to star. And this is a really good option if you're not going to use Google Drive that much. You really just need to have access to a couple of things that you want quick access to, that you want to make sure you can get back to. But as you can see, at some point, if you just keep starring things, you're just going to have a really long list of things. So again, like what Isabel did before, maybe I don't want this starred. Maybe what I want to do is add a shortcut to my drive. Then if I go to my drive, I can find this racial justice and immigration folder. And one of the things that you can do once it's in your drive, you can actually put it inside other folders that you have. So for example, maybe I wanted a folder that had all of my justice groups. Then I can move racial justice and immigration into the justice groups folder. And I could put any other related folders or files in that folder as well. So that's sort of the nice thing about having things in your drive and having shortcuts to folders that other people own in your drive, because you can organize them yourself. And just like what Isabel was showing, once you are inside a folder, you can use this drop-down menu to add a shortcut to Drive instead of right-clicking, or to star it or remove it from starred, either way.
Great. So that's the basics for this video for organizing, and stay tuned for some more guidance.